On this channel, Million Dollars Made Easy, we love to run numbers for people. What we do is use numbers for the S&P 500 for the last 100 years. I recently had this request. This individual said he was 56 years old. He said he had 125,000 saved up. He's 56. He'd like to retire at 68. He wanted to know if there's any way to have enough money to be able to withdraw 3,500 a month. From other videos, I know that 3,500 a month is the 4% rule, but you need to have $1 million to do the 4% rule. And how do you get from 125,000 to $1 million given every scenario in the last 100 years? Let's run some numbers. First number I decide I'd run is, I know it's going to take a while because a lot of money because it's only 12 years away. I'm going to go as high as 2,000 just to show you. What I want to do is specifically look at the year 2000 because that's the most recent downturn. Let's look at 2000 right here. Okay, what am I missing here? After 20 years, after 10 years, you'd have 368,000 right here. What did we just say? We said it'd take $1 million with the 4% rule. You are way short. That's with $2,000 a month. You're not even close to that $1 million. I want to show you one different thing of what would happen if we changed it to 2010. Because I want you to notice 2010 on, you had all these up years, whereas the 2000, 2008, you had all these down years, and that's why it knocked it down so much. But let's go with 1,000 a month. 1,000 a month beginning in 2010. If the returns were like that, would you have $1 million after 12 years? Look at that, $1 million. You would have enough. So it depends on what decade you're looking at, and that's why I don't like to run numbers for less than like 25 or 30 years, because you may catch a down decade. You could catch this decade, and with only 12 years to go, that'd knock you down so much. Even saving 2,000 a month, we just saw, you'd only have like 300 and some thousand. And when you need close to $1 million to have that 4% rule and 3,500 a month. But if you had a decade like this, you only would need to save 1,000 a month to have the kind of numbers. We just saw that to have these kind of numbers. Yep, I'm in the wrong one here. Saving. Okay, right here, you'd have $1 million in that 12 years. Whereas if you did the 2,000 a month, you'd only have 368,000. After 12 years, you'd have 481. So you'd have about half as much as you need. Here's what I'm going by. If somebody has $1 million, which is what I was saying you need to have, $1 million, and you want to withdraw, he wanted to withdraw $3,500 a month, $1 million. Not even going to do with any COLAs. Let's just update this. This is using the numbers for the last 100 years. In what scenario would you be running out of money? Just one time in the last 100 years. So that 4% rule really does work even in the year 2000. Right here, these are the numbers for the year 2000. After 12 years, you'd still have this kind of money left, 490,000, and it would last if we had this kind of returns. But again, I just wanted to run the numbers for this individual, showing him that 12 years is really too short a time to have any kind of financial plan to see where you might be, because you don't know what decade, what kind of returns you might get. You don't know whether you're going to have a decade like the Depression years. You don't know whether you're going to have the 1970 decade where you're down 70, down 14 and down 26. Or definitely, we just saw this one right here. It just wouldn't work. Whereas if you had this decade right here, it worked fine with only $1,000 a month. This one would take $2,000 a month, and you would only be halfway to $1 million. This would take $1,000 a month, and you'd be up over $1 million. It all depends on what's going on those initial years, and that's why you really need to be running it for 25 or 30 years, because that's when you get closer to returning to what the return to the norm, which is about 11% return. Hopefully these numbers make sense. I just wanted to run these numbers for this individual, even though I told him it's not going to work for a 12-year period. I can't really give him too many numbers because there's such a wide variance. Our channel is called $1 Million Made Easy. I love to run numbers for people. Just ask in the comment section. Please subscribe, please share, and please like this video. And thanks for watching.